Thank you, Jenny, for that very warm introduction. Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here with you all, sharing in the AIM experience. I've been asked to speak with you about the professional quality of consistency. And I guess I've had that quality throughout my entire adult life. I'm going to talk about how to apply being consistent to success in your Manatech business. And for me, I guess that starts with my personal story. I had moved to regional Queensland 22 years ago. That had been a lifestyle choice for me, but it became obvious very quickly I wasn't going to be able to rely on the local environment here for the kind of lifestyle and income that I desired. So I was open to options. I had established a part-time job, and like all the work that I've ever done, I put 100% of who I am, my talents and skills, into turning their business administrative systems around so that it became a well-run machine. Now, at the end of about a 4 or 5 month period of doing that, the woman that I was working for pulled the rug on my job in a very unethical way. She knew I only wanted to work part-time, and she offered me to reapply for the job full-time. But that was a defining moment for me. I had my why. I wanted to be financially independent. I no longer wanted to be subject to somebody else's whims and decisions. And I already had been taking the Manatech products, sharing them with family and friends. It was at that point I was both feet in. And I jumped in, learned the necessary skills, participated in all the corporate trainings and my team activities, talked to people, followed up with people, and built my business to what in the previous business plan was called executive director. Now, during this phase, I had established another part-time job, but I wanted to take a leap of faith. I was going to reduce the hours of my part-time work so that I could have more time to focus on building my Manatech business. So that's what I did. I released the safety of those hours. And when I did that, I knew I was going to have to be consistent with certain activities to build and grow and strengthen my Manatech business. And I'd like to share with you some slides on what I believe are various aspects of being consistent in our business that will lead you to greater success. So I'll just share my slides and then we'll continue. So first of all, I'd like to focus on the value of being consistent. First of all, it builds trust. People know that you're going to show up, that you're going to follow through, that you're going to stand behind them and take care of them. It's interesting because Olivia emailed me and she said, when we thought of the word consistency, we thought of you. So they knew I built trust with Olivia and Jenny, and they knew that I would show up and follow through for them and for corporate and for the community. And also the other value is it delivers results. You may have heard that our business is a numbers game. You speak to 10 people, perhaps 5 will take a look, and then maybe 2 will register either with the products or with the lifestyle option. And so it's a numbers game. The more we're consistent in talking with people, the bigger the numbers are going to be in your business. The other value is it's approaching your business with a long-term view. I'm not expecting to be an overnight success or a millionaire in a year. I know that there's work to be done, and I'm establishing a long-term business for myself. The other area of consistency, or being able to be consistent, that's been important to me is understanding and knowing my purpose. So you may have heard through other trainings about knowing your why. And so that's what motivates us when we hit a road bump or a brick wall in our business. I love Sona Vanderhoop's example in recent training. She talked about a snake pit. So if there's a snake pit and somebody offers you $50,000 to jump into that snake pit, would you do it? How would that feel? And then she said, if your child was in that snake pit, would you jump in there? And I think it's a completely different body felt sense of why you would take action when you think of that analogy. For me, I knew my why: financial independence, being free of being subject to somebody else's decisions. Another aspect of the foundation of consistency for me is to know my purpose. What is my contribution? And I'm very clear that I want to make a difference in people's lives. I want to uplift people either in their well-being, in their personal life, or in their business. And it's been this that I've reflected on if I've had tough times in my business, if I've been reassessing, if I'm in the right place for me, if Manatech have made a big change that there's a lot to adjust to. I reflect on my purpose, and I know Manatech is the perfect vehicle for me to make the kind of contribution I want to make. So think about your why and think about your purpose as drivers to being consistent. The other area that's important to be consistent is to have a plan, to establish a system. Now, many of you will already be in teams where your leaders have established a system. So be consistent in following that system. They know it works. My part of my system is taking notes and using a diary. So I take notes of all conversations with customers and with leaders, and I have a record of that on my computer. I use a diary to make follow-up phone calls, appointments, and I follow that schedule. If I've scheduled in a follow-up phone call at a time that is not my usual focus time on Manatech, then I'll schedule a reminder that comes up on my phone, so it reminds me to go and make that phone call. The other thing, of course, to plan to be consistent with is to talk to people about our offering. If you're going to be consistent, it's important to be consistent with money-making activities. And really talking to people is the foundation of establishing and growing an income through Manatech. And then, of course, scheduling in to attend trainings, and more about that in a moment. I have in my life certain what I call non-negotiable activities. So in my personal life, this would include my exercise program. I have a goal and a view to being healthy and fit for the long term. And I know that I need to be exercising every week if I want to reach and maintain that goal. And it's the same with our Manatech business. There's certain activities we need to be doing on a regular basis to be successful. So for me, this is my non-negotiable list. You may want to make your own. That I talk to people, that I open my mouth and share our offering to others. I have certain hours that I have in my diary that I focus on Manatech, and it's non-negotiable for me. I very rarely book a social engagement in my allotted Manatech hours. To do those follow-up phone calls, they're in the diary, I'm there on my phone doing the call. If you're not familiar or comfortable with the follow-up calls and there's a hesitancy there, reach out to the person that supports you in the business to support you with those follow-up phone calls. To attend meetings, we have a Tuesday night team meeting every week, and I'm there. I actually lead that meeting, so I have to be there. I'm committed to being there with the team, and so are they. It's non-negotiable for me to support my team members to their success. If they're asking for my help to show up and assist them. And then, of course, for anyone that knows me, I have a non-negotiable commitment to show up every Saturday morning for the educational forum. And of course, I'm privy to the most outstanding education there. It's also the opportunity for me to connect with community and to contribute to community. And on that note, the other thing that I think is very important to be consistent with is to connect with our community. It's vital. We are a community. And I've noticed, I've been involved with the company for 22 years, and I've noticed that beyond people's why, beyond their purpose, beyond the income that they're receiving, they stay, especially if they're hitting those road bumps, because they're supported and engaged with a like-minded community that they know loves them and is supporting them to their success. And many friendships come out of our community. It's true for me, and I'm sure it's true for many of you on our call. And so our personal team is part of our community, attending those team meetings. This is a snapshot of a recent team meeting that we've had. We share our wins and activities together. We talk about what's news in Manatech, and we do at least a half-hour training each and every week with our team members. And then it's important to embrace crossline. There's a wealth of knowledge in our community that you can tap into. Our weekly team meeting is a crossline support meeting. And connecting with the broader community. It's been a little bit more difficult during COVID, but these meetings, these trainings are a great opportunity. You can connect in the chat. There's Facebook you can connect with. And of course, there's always the telephone. We have solidarity of purpose as a community, and we can connect together in that purpose. And then I like to keep in mind that our corporate team are part of our family. They're on our side. When I'm phoning a Manatech corporate office, I'm thinking I'm calling a member of my team. So our connection is vital, and to be consistent with that connection. And then the final aspect of being consistent is to continually build your skill set. This is what establishes the richness of knowledge for you to be able to share effectively the message of Manatech, whether it be nutritional technologies or the business lifestyle option. It means fully participating in team trainings, the Saturday morning forum. Sharon Whiteman is bringing to the whole community these incredible educators in wellness and business each and every Saturday morning. So plug into that if you're not already. The Australian Convention, fantastic training, and also it's where we get to immerse ourselves in the vision of the company going forward. So important. This AIM training, Tuesday business booster trainings with Jenny Messenger once a fortnight. We have a veteran in the network marketing industry privately training our community. So our Tuesday evening team is there each and every second Tuesday to receive her wisdom and training that she delivers in that forum. We've got the Manatech Business Academy once a year for leadership training. And then there's plenty of cool stuff online. We have leaders in the network marketing industry like Eric Worre, Todd Falcone, Richard Brook, who are offering free training online. Now, often that is part of an intro or a prelude to their more complex and in-depth trainings, but they absolutely deliver quality training in those offerings. And I encourage you to connect into them and receive their wealth of knowledge to take back to success in your own business. And then, of course, personal reading is another aspect of building our skill set. So there we have it. Those are my tips for aspects of areas of being consistent within your business that will deliver long-term success. Having non-negotiable activities that you're doing on a regular basis. Fully embracing the community that you're part of. Utilizing a system and committing to a plan so that you can follow up and follow through on those activities that you've committed to. And continually building your skill set. And then the foundation of all of this to be consistent is to know your why and understand your purpose. Understand what you're receiving and what you're contributing through the vehicle of Manatech. So that's it for me. I'll hand back to the MC and look forward to sharing the rest of AIM educational experience with you all. Bye for now.